ladies and gamers, welcome back to Dark Souls. Now, you might notice something different, and it probably feels a little strange, and that's that I'm doing a voiceover. And the reason for that is I had another recording tragedy, which isn't as bad as last time. I didn't lose footage completely. I didn't lose any gameplay footage, at least. I did forget to unmute my mic while recording, which is very annoying and is very upsetting, actually. And fun fact, I'm an idiot, and I already did this voiceover, and I forgot to unmute my mic again. So I did this entire voiceover, the entire 17-minute, almost 18-minute video, and it was all for nothing because it didn't record my voice. So I'm very upset right now, but it's all my own fault, so I have nothing to be upset at except for myself. So, yeah. So I'm just got done exploring most of Orlando. I'm making my way to Ornstein and Smough, and yeah. So I'm just annoyed that I have to do a voiceover. Normally this wouldn't annoy me too much. I don't mind spending extra time on my videos to make sure that they're good. The issue is that these videos are more, I'd say personal. Not personal, but they're each one of my series or types of videos has a different style to them. So my journal entries are the most personal, raw version of me you guys are probably ever going to see. It's just me completely yapping, and that's why I put that in the description. It's just me talking about whatever comes to mind. And you know, so there's not a lot of editing. Oh, here I am fighting Ornstein and Smough. But yeah, there's not a lot of editing in those videos, if at all. It's just me cutting out the riffraff, like anything that's unimportant, or if I'm just going way off topic, or I just forget what I'm saying, because they're not scripted. The journal entries are not scripted at all. It's just me going off the top of my head. So, but other than that, like, I keep everything in. It's just whatever I have to say about the topic. And then these videos are not edited too much. They're just edited down into 20 to 30 minute videos because I don't think you guys want to watch just straight up 2 hours of me playing Dark Souls, especially when there's large gaps where I don't talk. I actually talked a lot in this episode too, which makes me extremely upset because I feel like in the last couple ones I haven't talked very much, and then when I did, I mumbled, which annoyed me in post. But I mean, there's nothing I can do. I can't unplay what I played, so I kind of have to upload them. But yeah, so I was upset. But these ones are a lot more personal since I'm just talking, little editing, and I'm talking about a game that I love and playing a game that I love for you guys. And then the ones with that are just clips or me playing with my friends, those ones are the most edited and aren't very personal, but they're just supposed to be fun and funny, and just supposed to show off what I think is funny with my friends and me having a good time. So yeah, that annoyed me that I lost the voice or the commentary for this, but it's whatever. So as you can see, I get my butt handed to me this first round, and I actually kill Smough and get to the second stage. I use a Divine Blessing, which I'll regret, or not really regret. I don't really care that I used it. I didn't have any plans for it. I don't even think I used it in my PS5 Dark Souls playthrough. But I don't know. It just was in vain. I don't make it through this attempt. And I just didn't play this run at all very well. Like I go in with 7 flasks because I had explored the castle around me before I actually went and fought them. So I went in with an insufficient amount of flasks. I had no strategy because I haven't fought these guys in 2 years, and I know you're supposed to get Ornstein away from Smough, or vice versa, depending on who you want to kill first. But I didn't know how to do it, is what I mean. Like, I didn't know my strategy for how to do it. And I ended up dying here to his ground pound. I come in for the second time, and this round I do a little better. I'm trying to separate them. I'm still not very good at it, and I get way too greedy with my hits. I have this problem in all Souls games. The one that punishes me the most for it is Elden Ring. Elden Ring does not want you to be greedy at all. They want you to think about it very methodically, and it is mentally exhausting. But it's still a great game. It's just, which is gonna get a DLC this summer, which I'm super excited for. But getting off topic. So I'm trying to separate them, and it's not going great. Ornstein doesn't charge me when I want him to. Like right now, it would be perfect since Smough's so far away. But of course, he charges me as soon as Smough's right there, and I get hit. So now I'm only down 2 flasks. Still have 8, so it's not bad. Still have a good amount of flasks, and it's not going terribly. But it is still a little annoying. Ornstein has taken quite a bit of damage though, so I'm not too worried at this point. This is like kind of a side note and off topic, but this is such a beautifully orchestrated fight. Like, it's insane what Miyazaki did with this fight. It's insane. It really causes you to think outside the box, especially taking into account all the bosses you fought before, and it's probably one of, if not my favorite fight in this entire game, at least base game. When we're counting DLC, Artorias definitely takes that spot. But yeah, no, I just wish that like bosses and the other games that had more than one enemy were this good. Talking about you Godskin duo, I hated the Godskin duo, especially since I don't use Mimic Tear in other. I'm using a Colossal Sword. I'm using the Zweihander in there too, so it's extremely difficult. But yeah, no, I get him to the second stage, and Smough kills me immediately. So that is very annoying. So I run back in for the third and final time, and this time I am determined on getting them separated. I don't want to attack unless they're separated. And the strategy for Ornstein is use heavy attacks, and you might be thinking, well, why heavy attacks? It staggers every single time on Ornstein. Every time you use a heavy attack, with the Zweihander at least. So it gives me opportunity to hit him without him having to retaliate, and it gives me one less thing to worry about. And so all I have to worry about is Smough reaching me while I'm hitting Ornstein over and over in a loop, which is very nice. So I get him cornered. I start running. Again, I don't want to attack unless I know I can get a hit in. Here I try to run away. I'm getting low. And I'm not doing as great on Estus as I did in the last round, which is what annoyed me since I started the last round with 5 Estus. And it was a really good run until I got one-shot by Smough at the start of the second phase. But here I get Ornstein somewhat cornered. I'm starting to get greedy, which is why I'm losing so many flasks so quick. But I go in for the attack and I miss. Somehow I avoid them. I should have gotten hit there, but I didn't. I get Ornstein, and second phase begins. So I learned my lesson from last time, and I start running around frantically because I don't want to get hit by his overhead jump strike. Or the ground pound, that is also deadly. So I'm starting to circle him, and I do not want to do heavy attacks on Super Smough because it doesn't stagger, and it takes more time than if I were to just light attack. So I'm doing mostly pokes and a combo of 2 light attacks, because a combo of 2 light attacks will stagger Super Smough, whereas 1 heavy attack won't. So I'm just trying to focus on getting 2 hits in or a poke for minimum damage and minimum damage on my end and maximum damage on his. And I'm just trying to chip away at his health, avoiding all ground pounds and all overhead strikes, because that is a run ender. They do insane amounts of damage. In fact, if you saw a little bit ago, he overhead struck me, and it missed me, but because it hit the ground next to me, it still did a good chunk of my health. And so he's just a powerhouse in terms of health and damage, so you just gotta keep circling and chipping away at his health slowly. Even with a great sword like this Zweihander, it takes a while. Here I'm just, I don't even know. I'm trying to get past the wall. I don't know which room it is, but I know that if you hit a statue, it opens up a secret passageway to a window, and I believe. So now, because I killed Ornstein and Smough, I'm at what most people consider to be the halfway point of the game. It is definitely the halfway point of the game if you don't do any of the side content or the DLC, which I'm hoping I get to do. I'm gonna buy that soon, probably, and I'll play that for you guys. But yeah, so now that I have the Lordvessel, which allows you to warp between bonfires, if you didn't know that, that means you haven't played the game, or you haven't played it in a while. But if you haven't played the game, just play it. I have already said this before, but you should not be on this video. You should be playing it yourself. It is that good of a game that I'd rather you click off this video and just play it than keep watching and have it spoiled. So now that I have the Lordvessel, I can go between bonfires, and the first. Oh, and also the 4 lords have opened up, which the 4 lords are Seath, Nito, 4 Kings, and Bed of Chaos. There it is. And I immediately said Bed of Chaos sounds good because all of the bosses to get to Bed of Chaos are pancaked on top of each other. So it's Ceaseless Discharge, which I'm fighting right now. And you get rid of him, and then a little farther down is Fire Sage, and right beneath Fire Sage is Centipede Demon. So, which unlocks Lost Izalith. So, which Lost Izalith is a pretty big level, but once you get past that, then you're at Bed of Chaos, and that's already 1 lord now, which was my plan. So, here I am fighting Ceaseless Discharge, trying to get this out of the way, and also with the Lordvessel, it's crazy, but it opens up lots of possibilities. Like, I wouldn't even touch the catacombs without the Lordvessel, since getting out would be a nightmare. And also, just a couple other side stuff, like I can go into the painting world now without having to worry about being stuck in there. I can go fight Sif, there we go, and the Moonlight Butterfly and all those things. It just opens up a lot. It also makes the DLC easier, so Lordvessel really just starts like the second part of the game, and makes it a lot easier. Oh, also, I didn't show it, but I upgraded the Zweihander from 5 plus to 10 plus, which increases my damage a lot. So, as you saw there, I ran into a problem. I forgot to put the Lordvessel onto the altar, and which is annoying. So I got a Frampt, have him take me down there, and so now I can actually fight the 4 lords. I forgot to put it on there, but you know, it happens. So yeah, I upgraded the Zweihander, and I come back to fight Fire Sage for real this time, and now my blade does around 300 to Fire Sage, which I would imagine has quite a bit of defense since he's quite a large boss. So I'm just trying to get in hits. I forgot how Fire Sage works. I forgot about his bombs, and so I'm getting punished severely for my lack of coordination on this boss. And yeah, it doesn't go too great. Right here, I get double whammied and die, which was a bummer. But I come back, and with having fought the boss and understanding how he works a little better, I come in a lot more cautious, and I try to get him into this loop where he just ground pounds, and I go in for a heavy running attack, which does 400 damage, which is quite a lot. I'm trying to avoid all those explosions since those do a lot of damage. It's really hard though. It's a lot harder than I remember it being. But I keep going and trying to dodge and be nimble since he's a very slow boss, which is a pro tip on any video game, and honestly real life too. If you're fighting something that moves slowly and is like a tank, you know, obviously be fast. Like that's pretty standard. But if you're fighting a fast enemy, don't try to match its speed. Instead, be slow. which you might think is counterproductive, since if you're fast, that beats being slow, but slow can sometimes beat fast. You don't want to try to match their speed. You don't want to try to go faster than you can. Just go at a speed that works for you or your character, and you'll end up fighting and beating the boss, or whatever. So I get cornered here because I forgot how Centipede Demon works, and I thought you were supposed to hit his arm when he lunges at you, but then I remembered, or I realized that you couldn't. And so I play a little bit more smart. I do try to hit it a couple times, I think. Yeah, like right here, try to hit it. But yeah, no, so I just keep running around and all that. But yeah, so this is such an annoying boss fight due to the arena. But since I chopped off his tail, you get the orange shard ring, so now I can walk on the lava if I equip it. I don't equip it mid-fight though, because I didn't think I could comfortably. But that ends up being to my detriment, because I go in for a hit, dismember his arm, get hit, I start getting overwhelmed here, I go into the corner because I'm thinking I need to create distance. Oh, I kill the centipede and then I go to the corner right after this, because I want to create distance, and he chops me and I die after touching the lava. But this time I equip the ring, and it allows me a lot more freedom. And it's funny because I go out to this island, but after going out to the island, I don't ever go into the lava, like, ever again. Even though I can, like, it's more of a placebo, the orange shard ring, since it just allows me to comfortably, like, feel like I have more room. Like, just knowing that I can go out into the lava is enough for me to feel a lot more comfortable. I do get beat up by him a lot and end up wasting tons of flasks because his explosion attack keeps throwing me off guard. But once I'm down to my last flask, I start playing it a little bit more safe and more smart, and I start chopping his legs and dodging and trying to predict his attacks by looking for by looking for their tails. I forgot what that's called. Anyways, I beat him and talked to Solaire, who's very depressed, and so am I, after finding out I lost 2 recordings on the same video due to stupidity and not any software's fault or anything. But yeah, that's it. And so now Beta Chaos, and I'll see you guys later.